Right now at 6 o'clock, a live look at what is still being called a search and rescue operation at the collapsed Champlain Tower South in Surfside. First responders are working through a third straight day in hopes of finding any signs of life.
We're gonna pull everybody out. And by the way, we don't.
And it's been another agonizing day for the families of the missing who are waiting for word and struggling to comprehend how this happened. And we also have our hands on the last inspection of the Champlain Tower South. Were there any warning signs that were missed? That is a big question tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Calvin Hughes. And I'm Nicole Perez, and our live team coverage on the partial collapse at the Champlain Towers continues now. And sadly, the latest information remains unchanged. 4 people have been confirmed dead, 159 unaccounted for, 127 have been accounted for. Heavy machinery has been brought in. Fires are still burning beneath the rubble and hampering efforts. But some good news is that the weather has been cooperating so far today. So let's get right over to our investigator, Amy Viteri. She's live from Surfside with the very latest. Amy.
Well, Nicole, as you know, we've been telling you we are expecting an update from officials here within the next half hour or so. But meanwhile, I want to take you to live images from Sky 10 showing what we have been seeing out there at the collapse site. The medical examiner's van on location has been there. And subsequent to that, we did see something being put into that van. This is just what we are seeing on the scene. We are hoping for an update from officials to fill us in on what they may have found and if any of those numbers have changed. Of course, so many families waiting desperately for information. And as you said, no update to those numbers today. Crews dealing with so many challenges earlier in the day, the ongoing wet weather, and then, of course, that stubborn fire, extremely difficult to locate. Also today, the mayor of Surfside telling the family of one of the missing women that there were rumblings heard prior to this collapse.
Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
Miami-Dade Commission Chairman Pepe Diaz says despite challenges from weather and then fires, the focus at this hour is on rescuing people from the collapsed Champlain Towers South.
Because if you look at it, imagine the 12 floors coming down and then all the way in the bottom, something could be on fire and then that smoke keeps coming out. And that's the problem we're having.
You wake up in the morning hoping that more and more people were pulled out, and you know that just news hasn't been what we had hoped.
Surfside's Mayor Charles Burkett telling the family of Judy Spiegel those fires appear to have been caused by crushed cars leaking fluid in the building's now buried garage. Spiegel's family still hoping for news of their missing wife and mother, asking about reported rumbling sounds before the building came down.
Was there a rumble before it happened?
You know, Barry Cohen, who was in the building, he was a former commissioner. I saw him on the news, and he said, you know, it sounded like thunder, but then it went on for like minutes. So that's so there was a rumble. Yeah, there was a rumble.
Miami-Dade's fire chief telling us Saturday afternoon it has been a while since they heard sounds inside the structure, and they have found no one else.
So as we're moving debris, as the smoke is increasing, we still haven't come across anything along the sign of life.
I'm having a hard time communicating this to my daughter. You know, it's hard to say, you know, that my daughter's grandma's missing, and my older daughter knows. And she asked me, she said, I know all of Grandma's hiding spots in hide and seek. Let me come to the apartment.
Mayor Burkett perhaps echoing the fears of everyone watching this tragedy play out, wondering how we got here.
So
I just can't believe this happened.
I can't believe it happened either. I can't, listen, I can't believe it happened. I'm with you on that.
I know. It's
And I, you know, makes you wonder about walking into any of these buildings at all.
Well,
He said it makes you wonder about walking into any of these buildings at all. And so many questions tonight. A comprehensive review of buildings, structural integrity being called for by so many South Florida cities tonight. And Miami-Dade's Mayor Daniela Levine Cava wants an audit of all buildings 40 years or older with findings in 30 days. Now, how that will happen and what that will look like remains to be seen. But at this hour, all of those officials you heard from saying the focus continues to be searching for people alive in that debris. That is still the hope. That is still their effort. And you saw that Spiegel family in that interview. They are holding on to hope, and they are desperate for information about their mother, like so many other people out here tonight. We're live in Surfside. Amy Viteri, Local 10 News.
Amy, stand by. We'll be checking back in with you. Thanks a lot.